Hello everyone and welcome back to Film Sandwich. I'm Kid Ron Burgundy, and on today's episode we're going to dive into a tutorial for the Realsee Gallos web-based console app for editing your virtual tours. I do want to mention I did a review of the Realsee Gallos not long ago, link in the description below, and during that time they were having an awesome sale on bnh.com for $500 off. Now they've extended that sale for $500 off from June 16th to June 29th. And there is a second option now. If you pay the usual full price of $54.99, Realsee will throw in an extra battery worth $150, a charger worth $100, and 300 credits, which are worth $675. You can use those credits for 3D tour hosting or downloadable deliverables such as 16K panoramas, raw images, OBJ files, and point clouds. Only from June 16th to June 29th, only with Realsee's and B&H Build's summer promotion. Now let's dive into the tutorial. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to replace photos on the wall inside of a tour. So now, make sure that you are logged in, go to your console app, and we're going to choose the tour we want to add the photo in. Go ahead and click on Edit. And then we're going to navigate over here to the photo. So I got two photos on the wall here. We're going to replace one of them with a different photo. I don't know why you would though, because these are excellent photos that I myself have taken. But just in case there's a photo that was on the wall of a tour and you didn't want it there and you wanted to put something else that's a little bit more neutral, you can do that here. All right, so you're going to click on Hotspots. You're going to go down here to Screen. And then here you can choose either image or video. We're going to choose image, and then we're going to click right here to find an image. And I have this wonderful little sailboat photo that I took. And then we have our little guy right here. We're going to click right on this photo. And if you see it kind of letterbox it here, if you stretch that out, you can see it kind of has the black bars on the top. And you, of course, don't want that there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right over here to where it says Stretch Adaptation and click that. And it stretches it out with how you pull it over there. So there we go. There's that. There's that. And then you can click Save right there. And now you see we've replaced that picture. No matter how we move around in the tour, that picture stays stuck right on the wall there. So that is a great little way for you to replace a photo in your tour. Let's click on Preview just to double check what it looks like in a regular tour. All right, let's navigate over there, and bam, there is our photo right there. But you can see it has a little bit of weirdness right there. So let me show you how to take care of that. It somehow is behind the wall a little bit. So let's click on the edits and you can see it right there. Now it's showing up. We're just going to pull it forward a little bit and click Save. All right, so now we'll click on Preview and click X there. We'll go over to that spot and you can see that little weirdness went away and everything looks great now. And that is a great way to replace a photo in your virtual tours. You know how sometimes when you're in houses and you're doing tours and there's like a TV that's off, and usually you have to like Photoshop something over that to make it not look like a big black square or rectangle. So now in the console app, you actually have a way that you could put video on there that's playing, and you can even have it have audio. So we're going to go here to Edit. And then over to Hotspots, navigate to the panorama that we want that to happen at. And we're going to go down here to Screen. And then over here on the right, you can actually choose image or video. I'm going to choose video. Click the plus to choose a video to upload. I have this little hyperlapse that I did right here. And that's going to upload there. And then this little guy right here, we're going to click on the spot we want it to be in. So we're going to click right in the middle of the TV. But as you can see, it's like a square and it's kind of like letterboxed here. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this stretch adaptation, and that's going to stretch it out with how we move this over. So we're going to pull that over till it's at the edge of the TV screen on either side, and then at the top and bottom as well. And then you can move around a little bit. And I'm going to give it a little bit of Z access there just so it doesn't have any weirdness to it. And I'm going to click Save. So now you can see we have a video there. And if you go over to Preview, now this is our first panel in the preview, the entrance. And if you see, you can look right over at the TV and it's playing that video. And we'll navigate to that area, and right there, bam, you have a video playing there. Now this could be a video message, really anything you want. You can even have it be a photo if you wanted, like the choices had. So there you go, another cool feature in the Realsee Console app. All right, another cool feature in the Realsee Console app is that you can tag furniture, products, services. You can add those in there. You can click on those in the tour and they can give you some information. They could take you to websites where you could purchase that furniture, say if you wanted to buy the same furniture that's in the tour. So first we're going to go over here to the Realsee website where the console app lives. We're going to log in. We're going to choose console. And then we're going to choose the tour that we want to add that into. Then we're going to click edit. All right, we have our tour open up here. We got our options on the side. It's under Hotspots. And we're going to go right over here to where it says commodity. So we're going to click on there. We got a little something that opens up on the side. You can choose your style to be kind of like a darker or a lighter look here. You can put the title in here. I'm going to put wood end table. And then you're going to click right here. You can click right on there with the crosshairs on your table. And you can see it's marked that as wood end table. And then if you have some photos of that, you can add those. This is not the same table, but I'm just going to add that in there as a photo. Just so you can see how it's used. And I'm going to put some tags in here. We'll put wood, and then we'll put table. And then for your external hyperlink, you can put check out this table. So that'll be like the little title whenever you put the link in, so it can take people to a website to purchase that table. You can put the brand of table in. I don't know table brand, so I'm just going to put Best Tables as the brand. I just made up a brand there. And the price, you can put the price there. We'll put, yeah, it's a pretty nice table. We'll put $100 brand new. And then you can put a description in there. I'm just going to put something short. This is the best little end table there is. And then you can add some other details if you wanted to. And then right here you can put a hyperlink. I chose a local furniture store, so I put their link there, Dutch House Furniture. And you can choose to open that right in the tour, or you can open it in a new page. I'm going to put it in a new page because I don't like to having to accidentally click the X on a web page and leave my tour. So I'm going to open in another web page, and then decorative materials, you can put that there. I'm not exactly sure what that will do. And then you can choose your style, like goods and cart, basket, and detail, but we're going with goods because that's what it is. And then you can choose like different color schemes if you'd like. And then you can choose small, medium, or large. I'll go with large. And you can have it expand automatically or when you hover over it, but I'm going to do expand automatically so it gets people's attention. And I think I'm going to choose the dark version there. I like that a little bit better. So we're going to click Save. And then we're going to click Preview. And now, when we're inside of our tour, See that little tag pops up there. It says wood end table. If we click on that, it's going to come up with this little area here. It gives you some information about the table, how much it costs, the description, what's the name, the picture. And then if you click on check out this table, it'll take you to the website where you can purchase the table. And that is it. You can add that to anything in the house that you want, that you have that information of. And today we're going to talk about drone panoramas and how to add that to your tour. So first things first is that once you have your tour all ready to go, there's actually two options here that you can use. And I'm going to go through both of them. First is that you upload your drone panorama as its own separate tour, quote unquote. And then you have your other inside of the house tour right here. I have it just named Test Project. So I'm going to click on Drone Panorama, and then this is going to be your little preview view right here. You don't do any editing here. You can just kind of see your panorama image. So that is the drone, and that is the condo over there that we need to get inside. So now we need to put like a little hotspot there. So we're going to go up here to Edit, click on that, and that's going to open up a window that's going to give you all kinds of editing options here on the left and right. Here are some options on the left, and then there's spaces to put your attributes on the right. So today we're going to talk about how to add a little link here, a little hotspot to get inside of that condo. So I'm going to go to Hotspots, and then down here I'm going to go to Space. And then on the right-hand side here, I'm going to type in go inside. And then here, you're going to select the project. So that's one of these other tours that you got. So I'm going to type in test, and then I'm going to choose test project. So now it's going to take me to the test project and into the very first panorama that happens there. And then right here, I can click on, I can choose like my little arrows that I want to have. I'm going to choose the default here because I like the way that looks. And then you come over here, and then you can like find the little spot where you want to put your arrows and your text. I'm going to put it right here on the road since it's probably the easiest to see. And there you go, right there. It says go inside, and it has little arrows that move towards the inside. And then I'm going to click Save. And now that is ready to go. I'm going to go over here to Preview. And then if I move around here, I can see the go inside. And if I click on that link, it'll take me inside to my house or the condo that I did the little tour of. All right, so we're done with that. All right, so another way that you can add a drone panorama to your tour is not to where it's connected to all of the other panoramas in your tour. You can actually have it as a link in your tour. So I'm going to put that over here. That's our little preview. I'm going to click on Edit. And now, if you look right here, I'm inside of a panorama. And I'm going to put it like right here on this little coffee table. So I'm going to put Hotspot here. And then I'm going to click on Pano. So now you get a little area over to the side, and you can click the little plus to find your panorama. And it's going to upload right there on the right-hand side. There is supported formats, PNG, JPEG, and it has maximum sizes there of 24,000 and 12,000. And then you can title this as Aerial Pano. And then you can choose some color options here. You can have it be small, medium, or large. I'm going to choose large. And then you're going to come over here and you got your little crosshairs. I'm going to click right here on the table, and you see we have a little 360 aerial pano there. So now you'll click Save. and then go to preview. So now, as you're going through your panel on the inside, you can see right here on this coffee table, there's a 360 image that you can click on. And if you can hover over it, you see you get a little preview there. If I click there, and there you go. There is the aerial image there. And to go back, you can just click back that way, and it'll take you back. Even in other panos throughout the house, the 360 image will show up there. So this is a second panorama that I did in the house. And you can see that we are on the other side of the table, and there it still is right there. All right, so that is it for how to add aerial panoramas to your tour. Okay, another great feature in the console app is that you can add links anywhere you want to your tours. So let's go ahead and dive right into the Realsee website. We're going to log in. We're going to go to the console app here, and then we're going to find the tour that we want to add our links to. And then we're going to click edit. All right, now we got hotspots. Let's find a location. I'm just gonna put it right here on the door. And we're gonna go hotspots, and then we go to link. So we choose the spot that we wanna have the link at. We're gonna put it right here, kind of at eye level. And then we're gonna put in, check out this website for more info, right? And then I'm just going to put in my wedding video website because I don't have a site for this tour because it's just my condo that I live in, so I don't have any, so I don't have a web page to sell it. All right, studiokrp.com, and then we're going to have it open in a new page, and then I want to change the color to the blue, and then you can choose either small, medium, or large. I'm going to choose large just so it's a little bit easier to see, and you can choose to only display this at the current point, or it'll display on every pano that can see this. So I'm going to leave it alone. I want it to display at every pano in the house that sees it. So now, as you see, we have a little link here. I'm going to click on preview. All right, so now we're inside the tour. And if you look here, you can see the link right there. And if we click on there, it takes you right to the website. So now you can put those anywhere in the tour. Now let's see if I go over to this area here. If I navigate there, see, I can still see the link and click on it. But if I was back here and I clicked edit and I wanted to click there and click save and then click preview, you'll see that it's there, and I can click on there and it takes you to the web page. But if I go over here, now you see it's no longer there. So that's a great little option in case you didn't want to see it in every pano of the tour. And also, it's a great way to put little links in places in case there was additional info on a web page somewhere that you wanted to give the person going through your tour. All right, I want to thank everyone for checking out the tutorial today. Hopefully it gave you some insight on how to use the editing features in the Realsee web-based console app. And let me remind you one last time about the summer sale that Realsee and B&H are having from June 16th to June 29th. Get $500 off the original price, or pay the usual full price of $54.99, and Realsee will throw in an extra battery, a charger, and 300 credits, which you can use for 3D tour hosting or downloadable deliverables such as 16K panoramas raw images, OBJ files, and point clouds. Thank you again for watching. Like, subscribe, and all that jazz. And as always, stay classy, YouTube.